Hello and welcome to the new class of analog electronics. In this video, we are going to cover some special types of analog electronics device. Maybe in your project, in your final year project or whatever in your tech fest also, you have used these devices. Now, here in this video, we are going to study the basic in depth, not in basic, in depth about these instruments. So these instruments are known as some special analog instruments. These are voltage controlled oscillators. These are PLL. So first we will deal with voltage controlled oscillator. It's abbreviated as VCO. So what is a voltage control oscillator? It is an oscillator with an output signal whose output can be varied over a range, which is controlled by the input DC voltage. It is an oscillator whose output frequency is directly related to the voltage at its input. The oscillation frequency varies from few hertz to hundreds of gigahertz. So we can say the application range of VCO is very wide. By varying the input DC voltage, the output frequency of the signal produced is adjusted. Types of VCO. These are two types, harmonic oscillators. Now the example of harmonic oscillators are crystal oscillators, tank oscillators. What are their specifications? The output is a signal with a sinusoidal waveform. So harmonic oscillator produces a sinusoidal waveform. Whereas relaxation oscillator, it produces a sawtooth or triangular waveform and provides a wide range of operational frequency. The output frequency depends on the time of charging and discharging of the capacitor. Now, basic principle of sawtooth waveform generator VCO. This is the diagram of sawtooth wave generator VCO. For a voltage controlled oscillator, generating a sawtooth waveform, the main component is the capacitor whose charging and discharging decides the formation of the output waveform. Here, I need to say you one thing, that whenever there is an oscillator, whenever there is a production of generating waveform, whenever there is a production of triangular or square waveform, there must be a presence of capacitor whose charging and discharging is the deciding factor. So here also there is no difference. The main component of this circuit is a capacitor, and its charging and discharging decides the formation of output waveform. The input is given in a form of voltage that can be controlled. This voltage is converted to a current signal and is applied to the capacitor. As the current passes through the capacitor, it starts charging and the voltage starts building across it. As the capacitor charges and the voltage across it increases gradually, the voltage is compared with the reference voltage using a comparator. When the capacitor voltage exceeds the reference voltage, the comparator generates a high logic output that triggers the transistor, and the capacitor is connected to the ground and starts discharging. Thus, the output waveform generated is the representation of the charging and discharging of the capacitor, and the frequency is controlled by the input DC voltage. So this is the basic working principle of sawtooth waveform. It's a very simple working of VCO, but it provides various kind of waveform to the output. What are the application? Electronic jamming equipment, function generator, production of electronic music for the production of different types of noise, phase locked loop, frequency synthesizer used in communication circuits. Now practical VCO LM566. This is an example of practical VCO. This particular IC is used as oscillator IC. See in this figure, from figure you can see this is the 8-pin IC. So a practical example of voltage control oscillator is the LM566. This is a general purpose VCO that may be used to generate square wave and triangular waveform as a function input voltage. It's specified for operation over 0 degree to 70 degree centigrade temperature range, the frequency of which is a linear function of a controlling voltage. The frequency is also controlled by an external resistor and capacitor whose values control the free running frequency. Pin description, the 8 pins are as follows. Pin 1, it is ground. Pin 2, no connection. Pin 3, square wave in output. Pin 4, triangular wave output. Pin 5, modulation input. Pin 6, timing resistor. Pin 7, timing capacitor. And pin 8 is VCC. Features. The maximum operating voltage is 10 volt to 24 volt. It's a high temperature stability. It has operating temperature range, as I told earlier also. It's a wide temperature range, 0 degree to 70 degree. The frequency can be controlled using current, voltage, resistor or capacitor. So input can be in the form of anything. Power dissipation is 300 millivolt and excellent power supply rejection. Application, function generator, tone generator, frequency modulation, frequency shift key and clock generator. So these are some practical application of LM566. Next, we have studied so far about an oscillator, voltage controlled oscillator. Now the next one is phase locked loop. So let us now study about another electronic device, a special kind of electronic device, and let us know what phase lock loop is. So what is PLL? The abbreviation of phase lock loop is abbreviated as PLL. The full form of PLL is phase lock loop. It is a circuit with synchronizing an output signal. Now from where the output signal is being generated, it's generated by an oscillator with a reference or input signal in the frequency as well as in phase. So PLL is a circuit synchronizing an output signal with a reference or input signal in the frequency as well as in phase. Functional blocks. PLL consists of phase detector, low pass filter and voltage control oscillator. See, we have studied about the oscillator and this oscillator is a part of PLL. So the three different blocks of PLL are phase detector, low pass filter and VCO, that is voltage control oscillator. This is the basic block diagram of PLL, where this is the input frequency which falls into phase detector. From phase detector it gets into low pass filter, then voltage control oscillator, and then we are getting output frequency, and the same signal is getting fed back to the phase detector. Now what are the operation, what are the performance that a phase detector performs in PLL? It is basically a comparator that compares the input frequency with feedback frequency. Comparing the input frequency and output frequency, it provides an error signal, which is basically a DC voltage. The loop is locked when these two signals are of the same frequency and have a fixed phase difference. Now this phase detector is nothing but it works as an XOR gate. Low pass filter is used to remove high frequency components and noise from the output of the phase detector. It provides a steady DC level voltage which becomes the input of voltage control oscillator. Now stages. What are the different stages of PLL operation? One is free running stage, another is capture stage. Free running stage, when no input is applied at the phase detector, then due to VCO, PLL works in free running stage. The output frequency of this stage is dependent on the free running frequency of VCO. Capture stage, when an input frequency is applied at the phase detector, then due to feedback mechanism, PLL tries to track the output with respect to input. This stage is called capture stage. And the last one is phase locked stage. Due to feedback mechanism, frequency comparison stops as soon as the output frequency is equal to the input frequency. This stage is called phase lock stage. So dear students, in this particular video, we have done some special types of analog electronics device. In this special kinds of analog electronic device, we have studied about VCO and PLN, that is voltage control oscillator and phase lock loop. I believe in your projects also you have deal with these kinds of oscillators and these kinds of device, but here this video will help you to go through the details, the basic functional details, the basic block diagrams, the different stages that this device operates. So go through this video, and if you feel any difficulties, you can share that in the comment section. Thank you.